It's another feel-good Friday. Welcome to Trendz Live on SABC. Kamalamu Mngedisi, but you can call me Mne. Another jam-packed show is on the way for you this evening, and we cannot wait to give it all to you. We'll kickstart the show with something to get you into the festive spirit. The sound of carols and lighting up of Christmas trees are becoming visible everywhere, and Hyde Park Corner in Johannesburg has joined the festivities. In celebration of this season, the mall lit up a massive tree accompanied by some ballet dance performances and the special touch of legendary musician Sipho Hotstix Mabuse. Trendz producer Didi Mokeleti joined the spectacular evening.
A facelift to a regular visit to the mall. Filled with Christmas treats and decorations, this was the place to be. Everyone was filled with cheer, bringing much radiance to all shopping enthusiasts.
It's a wonderful opportunity around Christmas time to invite the community and the shopping centre tenants to get together, light the tree. It's the start of the festive season. It's the most exciting time in a shopping centre. And this centre specifically has been synonymous with always lighting the tree together with the customers, the tenants, the community, starting the Christmas spirit.
The Nutcracker is always a signature play during this season, so it brought twinkling smiles to both young and old to witness some scenes from it right in the centre of a mall.
The glamour of ballet is exactly what brings the ballet and the special Christmas and festive flair to such a beautiful height, to find a way of celebrating Christmas around the world. It is done through Nutcracker. But what Mzansi Ballet is trying to do is to take ballet to as many people as possible and in as many places as possible. And that's why doing it here with some of our young students, with some of our beautiful dancers, it just heightens the Christmas experience and the Christmas glamour of it all. I love dance, and I love what dance signifies in our country and what it represents. It means hope, it means care, it means inspiration, and particularly in Christmas.
The highlight, amidst many unexpected influencers and famous faces, was being serenaded by legendary musician and father Sipho Hotstix Mabuse. Dancing to some of his hits was nostalgic, but it became an even more exhilarating moment when he personally handed me his microphone. Sweaty, it's often because you've been listening to really good jams. So I've been dancing to the amazing music, some of Baba Hotstix Mabuse's favorite hits, and I have the luxury of speaking to him tonight. Thank you for joining us, Baba.
Thank you, Didi. Thank you so much.
Why did you want to be a part of this event?
Well, I was invited, and it's always lovely to celebrate with people. You know, when people ask you to come and join them, it's one of the best things that you could ever do, especially during the festive season. So having been performing for over 50 years, you begin to understand your audience and how you can manipulate them.
What is it about you that over the years we keep coming back for more and more of your music?
Well, I always believe that, you know, I love to be an inventive person. I reinvent myself in different ways, different periods, so that people can always be, you know, responsive positively.
Thank you so much for being with us at
Thank you, Didi. Thank you, Trendz.
The rest of the evening was marveled by eating from the sweet treat corner and appreciating making new friends.
Things like this are really very important to celebrate. You know what malls are to us, because we come to malls with families, we come to malls with friends, we come to malls with different people.
Yes, it's been truly amazing, especially the atmospheres, giving homes, giving friends, family. We had a very great experience. It's literally festive, so it's a lot. It's very nice. It's home.
We're doing this beautiful lighting festival, and I think the boys enjoy such things. We do a lot of this during the festive season. Don't forget that Christmas is not just about new clothes and the tree and the gift. It's very important that we start to teach ourselves that there are those who are less fortunate than we are. Don't forget them on this day.
A wonderful way to kickstart the festive season. So if you too are ready to embellish your home with some sparkles, go ahead and light up your Christmas tree.
It truly is the most wonderful time of the year. Now, onto this. Lockdown sparked creativity in many, and for one talented individual, it led to a life-changing journey. From balancing the demanding world of software engineering to becoming one of South Africa's most loved TikTok content creators, Chad Jones has taken social media by a storm.
With over 4 million followers on TikTok and on Instagram, Chad Jones is one of the high-ranking content creators in Mzansi. Talk about #winning. Listen, we wanted in on that winning streak, so we put on our dancing shoes and joined him for a dance tutorial and a long-awaited catch-up. What we just did is not easy. Like, I was out of breath.
But you look like you got it.
And I'm still trying to catch my breath from the dance. Okay, so quick, we've got a lot going on today, but I'm excited that we're finally doing this. I wish we had your mom and dad here.
My parents are based in Kabeja, so it would have been cool if they were here, for sure.
I think most people don't know that. Do people know that you are the one who does most of the traveling and your parents are usually at home, which is in Kabeja?
Yeah, no. First of all, like 70-80% of my following think I'm from China.
Yes, I was going to get to that.
Not even from South, but yeah, I'm the one that does the traveling, the networking, and when need be, I will fly my parents up. So I get them to travel a bit as well. Yeah.
I want to know how you got into content creation.
It was purely just for fun. It was level 5 lockdown at the time. At the time, I was a software engineer, full-time software engineer. So I wasn't really into social media, but I didn't even know what TikTok was before.
What?
Yeah. So I downloaded the app, I think in 2020. Saw people doing these corny little dances, and then I just asked them to be on a video with me. I had 0 followers, so I told them no one's gonna see them. Yeah, because no one follows me. In the beginning, it started off just with like family and friends supporting us and like liking the videos, commenting. But then obviously there's an algorithm now that pushes your content, in which back in the day I never heard of social media platforms using algorithms. So that's how my videos got pushed to other explore pages or For You pages, whatever you call them. And then people just, the positivity and the engagement I got from them was like, it was very wholesome and overwhelming, and people asking for more videos. Yes, there were a lot of negative as well, because it was a negative time in the country as well. But yeah, more positive than negative.
You made it to Forbes.
Yes, 30 under 30. Just because I'm 30 next year.
Amazing. What does that bring you as a content creator?
I would say it shows that like you can come from anywhere, and like the recognition. It also gives me recognition for what I've achieved during the years.
We are going to get to know Chad Jones a little bit better over some delicious food upstairs. You were on a tropical vacation working.
Yes, I was. Yes.
It was also an opportunity for you to showcase your 6 packs. What were you doing on tropical islands of treasure?
To be honest, I was trying to win the money. But yeah, it's as hard as I trained and prepared. Nothing could prepare you for like what Tropica and the challenges they come up with. It's just crazy, random challenges. But yeah, my time on the show was super awesome. I got to meet a lot of cool people, and I got to do things that I wouldn't really do, and I pushed myself, and now knowing that I can do it and achieved it, like it's a pretty cool feeling.
Let's talk about you being Asian then. I want to understand what that means and how that influences both worlds.
I grew up being fully South African. I'm 4th generation. But a lot of the culture still, the Chinese culture is still stuck in terms of like what we eat, how we're raised and all of that. So yeah, it's the best of both worlds, I could say.
Now, for the moment that I personally have been waiting for, we are about to video call Chad's mom.
Hello, Mom. Say hi to everybody.
One thing before I let you go, does Chad pay you enough for your dancing? Or do you want a raise? Tell him you want a raise for 2025.
Yes, 2025, a raise, a big raise.
And just for good measure, Majaivana also gave me a lesson on how to hold and eat with chopsticks. And it was only fair that I also teach him a few cool Setswana words. Now I'm going to teach you Setswana cool words.
Okay.
The first one is Khudiragalang.
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 You must say it with attitude, like what's going on here. Khudiragalang.
Khudiragalang.
Ke tla go tla mola.
Say that again.
Ke tla go tla mola.
Ke tla go tla.
Yes.
Then mola. Tla mola.
Yes.
Hey, shout out to Chad, man. That was so feel good. Listen, we're gonna take a quick ad break. When we come back, the Gauteng Tourism Agency has something truly exciting. Stick around.
Welcome to Gauteng, a golden city region pulsating with the rhythm of its bustling streets, from Soweto's Vilakazi Street to Treu and Mamelodi. In these streets, we connect people, weaving through the lively energy. Here, food tastes of Africa in every bite. Roll the true #GP lifestyle way with Mohodu Monday. Amashisa nyama kwa mai. Starry skies and city lights ignite.
Oh my goodness me, take me to my mind right now. Oh, now that gave me serious FOMO. In fact, I've already identified a few places that I'd like to visit this festive season. Now, the Department of Finance and Economic Development, through its marketing agency, the Gauteng Tourism Authority, has launched the Gauteng Golden Summer Inalento campaign, which started earlier this month and will run until March 2025. The campaign seeks to promote responsible practices during the festive season, as well as to inform the public on exciting things to do in Gauteng for families, children, and visiting friends and relatives. To unpack more about this exciting campaign, it's Gauteng Tourism Authority's Head of Destination Marketing and Communication, Baba Gaukhanedi. Welcome to Trendz Live, sir.
Great to have you. Maybe let's just correct you. A Golden Summer Inalento.
Inalento.
You must do your hand.
Oh, I must. Oh, like the chef's kiss.
Yeah, in that thing.
That thing.
Yeah.
I love it. Let's chat about it. I mean, this is the perfect time to launch a Golden Summer campaign. Tell me about this campaign.
We're quite excited, and as you are aware, we're coming back from a back foot of previous 3 years of COVID, where we couldn't have proper festive summer, proper summer. So we are moving into summer, and in Gauteng it's golden. It's golden because we no longer have the gold underground, but the gold is the 15.5 million people that are here in their diversity, in their energy, in their color, in their swag. So what we are saying, firstly, we're looking at the residents of Gauteng. Me and you, people that stays here, because we receive the highest number of visiting friends and relative segments. Abumkaya, our cousins are visiting us. So we are targeting people of Gauteng to impart knowledge in them so that they don't become boring hosts. So that when Malume visits you, you know where to take them. You don't take them to an expensive restaurant in Sandton and you buy a steak. You go to Kwamaimai and you are able to get all authentic experiences. But we are also looking at what we call festive shopping. We know that you cannot come to the Golden Province of Gauteng and not shop. It will be a waste of such a city region. So festive shopping, we are seeing the trends of people buying Christmas and New Year clothes coming back. And we're saying this is the place to be, especially as Africa shops. The regional markets are no longer going to the likes of Paris and London for shopping. We're seeing them coming to our Golden Mile here in Johannesburg. In Pretoria, we're seeing them doing trade shopping right here at Forsberg. But at the heart of this campaign is also responsible practices. Like you said, how do we encourage safe, eventing in our spaces, in our townships, in our neighborhoods? How do we encourage responsible drinking and responsible trading of alcohol? No underage children should be accessing alcohol, but also responsible tourism practices. And underpinning that is our safety drive. Gauteng Premier Panyasali Sufi through the crime prevention warden. We will be working with the crime prevention wardens to ensure that we distribute them across our crime hotspot. Also, not just to police people, but to also work as tourism ambassadors. You should be able to ask the Metro Police, where is Cornhill? I hear the hour so, and they should be able to direct you to this specific space.
100%.
So that's why we are focusing on the people of Gauteng before we go out to encourage the region, the provinces, and the rest of the world where it's very cold. By the way, in Europe and in America,
it's because it's winter there now.
It's very winter, that's why international artists are coming down here. You are aware that Chris Brown will be making history with a 2-day. It's no longer just a concert, it's a festivities over 2 days. Ketranada will also be here pumping in our botanical gardens. The actual initial value was actually sold out. We had to move the event to a bigger venue. That's for me the interest in how international acts are looking at our destination and how do we have the locals serving as champion host to all these international guests, but ourselves knowing our destination, so that you don't have international showing you Vilakazi Street when you are staying here in Diepkloof.
That's true. I think it's absolutely incredible. I must ask you though, how has the reception been from the locals, people who are living in Gauteng? How have they received this campaign?
It's been very exciting. They are asking us, how can we join in? They are downloading the Visit Gauteng mobile app, where we are loading packages, especially products that are in the township. If you have seen in the insert, our township experiences is one of the key unique offering in here. We'll be having the Kasi community games, where you are able to take your cooler bag, sit under the tree and watch these Kasi community games in our sprawling township. So the locals are saying, how do we join in hands? How do we showcase our cooking? How do we showcase our products that we are brewing? So the entrepreneurial spirit is also coming out apart from the fun. So we are quite excited. We will be running this campaign until the end of March 2025. But at the heart of it is, how will Christmas be in Gauteng with the Shimza one-man show in Tembisa, Ketranada, and the New Year at the biggest and tallest building in Africa in Sandton. That's where you're going to see how we usher in 2025.
No, it's amazing. Baba, I have to ask you though, because as I'm listening to this, it strikes me like this campaign can double up as something amazing for people who are traveling for leisure, but also traveling for business.
That is why we call it a pleasure, loud and proud destination in Gauteng. We are a pleasure destination, but we are loud and proud. And this Golden Summer campaign is intended to really showcase that while we're doing responsible practices, while we are showcasing our shopping, we're also catering for our nuclear families, kids-friendly facilities. As you know, just before now, kids will be done at school, and us parents will still be at work.
Yes.
So we'll be struggling where to take these kids. The Visit Gauteng mobile app provides you instant access to the information as to where you can take your kids in safe and secure environment, where they are able to have minders, especially as you know, in this period, you have cases of kids drowning in swimming pools and the like, hence the responsible practices that we are emphasizing.
I have to ask you, Baba, tell me more about this app. What is the app called? Where can we download the app?
You can download the app at all iOS and Google Play site. It's absolutely for free, and you are able to operate the app even without data.
Oh,
so you can it gives you direction if you are looking for Constitution Hill, you are looking for Makelwane Festival in Orlando to join in hundreds in a streets festival. You are able to just look the app, and we're also looking at partners of events that can come in, product owners. Right now, we're giving them, all tourism businesses, small and big, an opportunity for free to load in their product, because this is a platform that will propel your business to greater height, profile you. But that's the work that we do to ensure that tourism in Gauteng is not just in Sandton, or in Vilakazi Street in Soweto, but it's in Tshweu in Mamelodi, it's in Sharpeville in Citibank, it's in Kagiso Esto's Butchery, and everybody has access to it. So this is what this app does. It gives you an opportunity, it has instant notification, but we're also linking it to our Gauteng e-panic button, where we are dealing with our crime issues, so that this e-panic button, you don't have people having multiple devices and multiple apps, and they don't even know which one to press in cases of emergency. And that's the beauty of this facility dealing with technology. And we're grateful for the opportunity to be able to impart, because we can only use this festive season to share more knowledge. And as the tourism grow, do you know that if we have one tourist, international tourists who spend more than 3 days in our destination, that creates between 7 and 9 sustainable jobs. Therefore, if we increase our numbers, if we increase our domestic trips, we're creating more jobs. If we have events following each other in a consistent level, those that are doing stage, those that are doing sound, those that are doing marquees, will know now that I'm going to do this week and that weekend. All of a sudden, they have a pay slip and they are now in a formal working environment.
And even Mngce can topa MC gig there.
Influencer nyana there and there, GP lifestyle work there and there, you see?
I absolutely love it. Thank you, Baba, for joining us. I think it's truly incredible, and we cannot wait to showcase Gauteng to the rest of the world for the rest of the summer.
As Gauteng gets bigger and better, South Africa and Africa grows, and that's the responsibility we take with humility.
That's 100% true. That was Gauteng Tourism Authority's Head of Destination Marketing and Communication, Baba Gauteng. We're telling us about all the exciting things happening in Gauteng this summer. On to this now, on to a story that celebrates the power of artistic brilliance, which we will catch up on straight after the break. It's Trendz Live. Stick around.
A celebration of authenticity and exquisite art expression. Titled, Then I Knew I Was Good at Painting, Esther Mahlangu, a retrospective, is set to captivate museum enthusiasts with her archival material spanning over 5 decades.
My research has always focused on black women artists' work, particularly of the 20th century. I think many artists are old. Many stories are not told. She deserves it. She deserves the acknowledgement. Many artists who are celebrated internationally, and her particularly, don't get to be seen in their own country. And it had to be her because she's so visible. We can't really overlook artists who are showing us that they are present. And of course, then we have to do our homework and go and find out who are we ignoring, who do we still need to write the stories about.
The then 10-year-old was intrigued by artwork and used to paint the family home walls. What appeared a naughty child's behavior later spiraled into an internationally acclaimed talent. Did you know that she initially painted with chicken feathers and no ruler whatsoever? Well, Mama Esther still masters these intricately perfected isiNdebele pieces and emphatically transfers these techniques onto her grandchildren.
Ekhaya thina sikhule sigwala, sikhule siphothela. Uphothela it's the beadwork. Sikhule sidensa, ndibele dancing. So mabahluba inkuku, that's where we get our chicken feathers. And then masiphetha ama chicken feathers siyawahluba, siyawahlanganisa, siyawabopha, and then kufana nangathi brush.
Guys, it was in 1991 when Mama Esther painted the car behind us. So can you imagine how nostalgic it was to see it right here in Johannesburg 30 years after its original painting? Well, Lindsay was present that day, and she's here to tell us about that moment.
Mom Esther was the first female and the first African woman to ever paint an art car, and it was painted in our headquarters in our training center. And she sat there all day long with a precision painting. It was unbelievable to watch. I think this is the biggest retrospective of a female South African artist that they've ever had before. And I think that is for the youth now to see what actually can be done if they put their heart to it.
What do you think about the exhibition at large?
It's got a whole life story. It shows all the collaborations she's done in the past.
For me, Mom Esther's dairy. Mom Esther took the opportunity to go overseas, when many artists weren't getting the opportunity, Mama Esther always pays tribute to the ancestral in the patterns that she uses. And then she comes with her own designs on top of that. When you start to see and understand that her work is evolving, then you begin to see different moments that influence her work. The colors change, the patterns change, the way that they're kind of laid out changes.
We're able to see how she's not just a traditional artist, she's a contemporary artist as well, and such an important artist for our time because she has been able to use almost everything as a canvas. What really stood out for me with the painting of the homestead is seeing also a part of where the journey began, where it brings it back to home, to see where all of it started. And so it's just so symbolic of, you know, the genesis of what her journey has become, and those seeds, and that even with each and every one of us, what we might be doing now, what we might be doing where we are, can be seeming small, but we have no idea where it's able to take us.
An environment which culminates Mama Esther's captivating artworks, telling the chronicles of her remarkable journey from humble beginnings in a small village in Mpumalanga to her global recognition as one of the most influential artists of her time. Hers is indeed an unforgettable legacy.
I am so jealous of Didintle. What a time to be alive. Now, we're taking you on an inspiring journey into the heart of Cape Town's vibrant art scene. Now, imagine scrolling through the city and coming face to face with an incredible piece of art that doesn't just catch your eye, but speaks to the spirit of a legend. Cape Town-based sculptor Marco Olivier has captured the resilience, strength, and legacy of Nelson Mandela in his stunning Nelson Mandela face collection, bringing Madiba's iconic image into the space where people live, work, and play.
Art destinations are more than just places to admire beauty. They're windows into the soul of a community. Cape Town's own sculptor, Marco Olivier, is bringing this idea to life with his latest creations, the Nelson Mandela Faces.
You can never experience Cape Town without Cape Town art. And this is always my go-to person. How can you miss him? His faces are everywhere. They're larger than life, but these ones are very special. They're the Nelson Mandela Faces, and Marco Olivier is the man behind all of the artwork that we are experiencing today.
We've been working on the Nelson Mandela project for a long time. It's the House of Mandela, so it involves all the family members. It's we know the story around Nelson himself, his life, everything he stood for. I personally feel, and I don't think I'm alone with this opinion, that any person should have something about Madiba on their desk or in their office or in their home at the entrance foyer, because he brings something really special. He brings a really special dimension to the table, a dimension of serviceability in good, you know.
The internationally renowned artist finds his deepest inspiration in the joy his sculptures bring to those who encounter them.
My reason is to make people happy. We live in a concrete jungle, and I believe if people are exposed more to art, they will function better. They will be more patient with each other. They will work harder. They will serve their communities better. Yeah. And what better way than to put art in the city and give people a reminder of things.
Through his outreach program, Marco Olivier is bringing his sculptures to underdeveloped communities across Cape Town in partnership with local government. This inspiring initiative brings art back to the heart of the city.
When I met Marco Olivier and the wonderful work that he's doing in art, obviously we love art in the Western Cape. The city of Cape Town is the art city, and as the Western Cape government, we are big supporters of the arts. Part of our vision for the next 5 years is to use more art in our communities. We have many arts festivals. We have first Thursdays in Cape Town every Thursday. The first Thursday of the month, our art shops are open until late. So we met Marco, we look at how do we use this beautiful face of Madiba that we all know, we all love. His 30 years of democracy. In fact, I was at the capture site on Saturday in KZN, and looking at Madiba where it was captured. So Madiba is special to all of us as South Africans and to the rest of the world, and to look at art as inspiration for young people. We've got, for example, 376 libraries in the Western Cape, and looking at how do we bring more art into our libraries, how to encourage artists. I started painting as well. I've got a beautiful painting in my office. It certainly won't be selling it for big money anytime soon, but it's just a start. How do we use art more? And any artist that uses art and encapsulate a beautiful Madiba in art, certainly artists that we support, and look at how do we incorporate that more into our communities.
From philanthropy to international literary collaborations, Marco's book titled The Codex is out and is a collaboration with Italian artist Achille Coppola.
The piece behind us is the ultimate man, let's call it the Michelangelo, Leonardo da Vinci, the ultimate man sculpture, you understand? So it's about the evolution of man, mythology, the science of our evolution, of where we are. And if we follow like the Codex, we realize that we have an opportunity to grow. And that's what it's basically about. It's about growth.
Just another reason to visit the mother city. Perhaps this time around you'll have a souvenir to brag about.
What interesting works of art. Listen, we're going to take a quick ad break. When we come back, we're talking pets and sunglasses. You definitely don't want to miss it. It's Trendz Live. Stick around. You're still watching Trendz Live on SABC. Remember, you can follow us on our Twitter page. The handle is @Trendz on SABC. Now, the Sunset Festival is known to be one-of-a-kind experience that blends music, mindfulness, and environmental awareness. A concept that is celebrating nature by following sunsets and exploring natural beach destinations worldwide while enjoying world-class performances. This year, they had multidisciplinary artist Daniel Popper, who created a monumental sculpture that fit in perfectly with the festival's vibe. Silepe Maifadi was out there in Clifton for the reveal of his latest festival sculpture. Have a look.
A master that has taken festival sculptures to a whole new level, creating a unique element of where one can experience this level of artistic excellence. Daniel Popper, a South African that is well known around the world for his one-of-a-kind sculptures, crafted from materials like wood, fiberglass, and fiberglass reinforcement cement. Popper uses his visionary large-scale figures to evoke sacred and divine energy into the environment by blending elements of nature and humanity. His works have been to world-class festivals such as the Africa Burn, Boom Festival, Electric Daisy Carnival, and Electric Forest. This time, Mzansi gets to experience his mastery. This one titled Nature's Goddess.
I was approached by Corona Global to do a sculpture for the Corona Festivals that's going to tour the world. And it just so happened that the first event of the tour is in Cape Town. So it was really special to be able to do this because I don't actually create many sculptures in South Africa, so this is one of the first ones. And to create it for a festival is exactly what I do. The collaboration with the brand was pretty spot on what they're trying to do at this festival, which is really trying to get people into a natural environment. Everything here is very handmade, and so they approached me because my work has a lot to do with the themes of nature. I create these sculptures at festivals and environments to try and get people to connect a little deeper. So it was a really good collaboration to do this, and to create a nature goddess just fits with the theme and it fits with what I do.
Longevity is very important for Daniel. His use of material fused with nature creates a perfect synergy for a sculpture that will last a lifetime.
When I moved from working in festivals to working in public spaces, I really had to think about longevity and more permanent work. So where I started was creating works for stage design, temporary installations that could be all made, that it could go up and come down. And then when I moved into creating more permanent public work, I had to think about materials that were going to sustain the elements. So that's when I moved into working in more concrete, materials called glass fiber, reinforced concrete. Things like that will really last a long time. Everything in this world needs maintenance, but that's a pretty sturdy material. So that's what we started working in. and then also experimenting with how we could create organic textures using that material. So the sculpture behind me is made of glass fiber reinforced concrete, and it's hand carved to look like wood and hand painted to look like wood, just to give it that organic feel. I think also just to be able to incorporate an organic living element, right? And so especially with these more permanent pieces, when I get to incorporate living greenery, the sculptures continue forever, right? So as long as the plants keep growing and they grow over and inside the sculptures, it just starts to take on a life of its own, which for me is just fantastic.
So you are a botanist of some sort, eh?
I do love plants. I'm obsessed with them.
And I'm sure that most people are also fascinated with how your works are a force of nature.
Thank you so much. Thank you for having me. Yeah. My name is Daniel Popper, and we are watching Trendz live on SABC News.
It just blows my mind how creative other people are. My goodness me. Here's something else that's festive. This festive season, and the festive season is almost here. And with all the excitement, why not include your furry friends in the fun? Today, we're all about adventures you can enjoy with your pets. From luxurious cat hotels to pet-friendly restaurants and even tips for traveling with your pets. We have got it covered. So grab your leash, pack those treats, and let's dive into this some journey.
It's that time of the year. Your schedule has just gotten busy. You've got places to go and people to see. What do you do with your fur baby? Today, I'm going to plug you on all the nice, cool spots that you and your fur babies can enjoy. It doesn't only have to be about the dog park. As you can see, my baby wants to go. They've got places to go. So follow us. Let's go. It's safe to say that my co-star Coco and I had a bit of a rough start, but we soon found our mojo. It turned out all he wanted to do was being walked without any interruptions. My next location was much more laid back. I checked in at a cat hotel where the guests here were so sleepy but still so adorable. It's quite gloomy in Centurion today, but I'm about to cozy up with some fur babies. I am at Obriel Kettery. She is a cat breeder, but she also runs a cat hotel service. I'm about to find out what they do and how do they keep our fur babies entertained this festive season.
During the peak seasons, we are quite busy with people bringing their cats in for vacation while they're away. So we look after them and we do all the grooming, whatever is necessary, feeding, etc. for the kitties while they are here. So it's basically like a vacation for your cats. So you bring them here, we feed them, we look after them, we have playtime with them, we groom them. Whatever needs that need to be met, we do try and fulfill. This section here is mainly for our cat hotel. All the cats that people might own, and not our own bred cats, they would come and we would house them individually in each hut. And then we have other spaces as well inside, which are basically for cats that need seclusion, that enjoy to hide away instead of free roam and walk about. We do the daily walks, and then we do have playtime with them as well. So each cat will get individual attention for half an hour a day. A cat's attention span is not that that long, so you have a little bit of playtimes, and they have bursts of energy. So you make sure that they are entertained with toys, with human interaction as well, because some cats do require quite a bit of that.
The hotel is more than just a safe haven for their kitties. It is where they can have a taste of home while being away from home. It was lunchtime, and so I went on a lunch date at a dog-friendly restaurant with a handsome boy, Dolce. A pet-friendly restaurant that also looks beautiful and is Insta-worthy. So you can make it an outing with you and your pet. We're going to find out about the menu selection here, especially for our fur babies.
We love having dogs here. We are a dog-friendly establishment. We always welcome them. First thing that we like to ask from our customers is, can you please keep our little friends on leash? Okay, so we've got our beautiful menu. There is 2 dishes for our lovely friends. We've got the rice, peas and chicken livers. And then we've got the chicken, rice and cauliflower. Those are the 2 dishes that we offer for our pets. And then we serve them nice and warm. Always we make sure it's never too hot or too cold. We just serve them warm.
By the looks of things, Dolce really loved his meal. It was all gone in a speed of light.
Okay, you're gonna say you are watching Trendz live on SABC News.
For those looking to travel with their pets, here are a few tips that you need to know when you're booking that flight.
We created this unique offering where we allow you to fly with your small fur baby in the cabin with you. And then other types of dogs are welcome as well, which would fall under the category of emotional support animals or service animals. And then we have also partnered with Canine Sara, where it's the first in the search and rescue industry where we actually get the dogs on flights so that they can get to service locations much faster instead of driving. We ask that you book your dog at least 48 hours before the flight, and all you will need is to make sure that you have your vaccinations and rabies paperwork from your vet, and then just make sure that you fit the requirements in terms of size. Once you send that through to our support team, they will issue your booking and your dog will be on the flight with you.
I hope that this has inspired more ideas for you. So go on, take your pet on an adventure and create those memorable moments.
Award-winning creative, entrepreneur, DJ, radio host, music producer and content producer, the Kruk added another memorable moment to his career journey as he walked away with an award at the 40 Under 40 South Africa Awards. Silepe Maifadi had a catch-up with him about his lifestyle brand and some tips for sunglass trends and also tips on what gents can rock this summer.
Let me put you on to this super creative. Here's Kutlwano Nhlapo, but goes by the name of the Kruk in the creative industry. This award-winning entrepreneur has many years of experience in DJing, music production, and rocking it on the airwaves. He was recently awarded a major accolade at the 40 Under 40 South Africa.
The 40 Under 40 list puts a spotlight on 40 under 40 South Africans that are doing extremely impactful and really great things. I think what was dope for me and what was mind-blowing in that list is that you're being mentioned with young people that are building hospitals in the rurals, that are building water treatment plants, you know what I mean? Really, really impactful things that matter to the normal guy in the streets, And for you to be part of that crew or that conversation of young people in the country, I think, it's a pat on the back that we are doing something right, and something impactful can happen through entertainment and creative culture.
Nhlapo walked away with an award under the journalism, radio, TV and newspaper category. It's no surprise. His impact in Amapiano is massively celebrated for mostly his efforts in preserving the sound across the globe.
I was the first radio DJ to play Amapiano locally, internationally. I trademarked the word Amapiano, and I've been telling the story of Amapiano. I think my biggest thing was not to be an Amapiano DJ, producer, and superstar, and basically took a back seat and sat on the preservation side of Amapiano, to be able to speak to what it is to the broader part of the world, and also just to be able to just create a really, really, really full 360 narrative around what the sound is about, where it comes from, and why it's so important for a young black kid.
In 2017, this young black kid got a huge opportunity and ran with it.
In 2017, I won a DJ competition by Black Coffee and got to travel the world of Black Coffee, playing alongside Black Coffee, which was for me a life-changing moment, in my career, seeing the world through the lens of a global superstar, Grammy award-winning global superstar, he opened the world to me.
This eye-opening experience unearthed a new wave of creativity in him that is now expanding across the lifestyle pillar.
I did come back. I started something called Magic Day Club to create something very, very similar to what we were doing out in Ibiza and in Europe, you know, but locally for everyone that does not have the liberty to be able to travel, to be able to still enjoy the same goodness, you know. And as time went, I was sitting with the team and like we're talking about like how do we create products to complement the vibes, you know what I mean, the party, the sunset and you know, and just looking through our after movies, the one common thread was like sunglasses and eyewear, you know. So I put my head in the sand, started doing a lot of research about where sunglasses come from, where they're made.
And just like that, he switched into the UV world.
Okay, so how we named them was through psychology phrases, you know, that speak to a good time, a very positive time in life.
Break down your sense of style and what do you think is cool to drip in for spring, summer 2024? What should gents be rocking?
I'm really big on linen, you know. I think linen just is like quite luxury, you know. Linen goes with everything. It's hot, you know, so linen breathes. Linen just oozes quite money, you know, it oozes I know what I'm about. And it's dope that we're getting to a point where we can actually start styling linen with like sneakers, you like your favorite sneaker brands, you know, with sandals, you know. And yeah, if you are gonna wear linen with sandals, go get your manis and baddies, guys, too. Yeah, we don't want to see. What's up, everyone? This is your boy, the Kruk, radio DJ, touring DJ, music producer, and all-round culture economist. You are watching Trendz live on SABC.
Since 2016, the world of sensory delight has taken center stage with the exploration of various global fragrances being more accessible and reaching fragrance lovers in a whole different way. The global fragrances creators landed in Joburg this week for some fun, informative sessions, and Sipho Hotstix attended one of these events earlier this week at Circa Gallery in Rosebank.
Here's 10 of the best creators right here in Mzansi to share more on global fragrances.
This is the first event that we have 10 founders of brands traveling from the United States, Europe, Asia, Australia, so from all over the world. They're gathered here. And we made a unique event for 3 days, meeting press, meeting influencers, doing training for all the staff.
This sensory delight is perfectly set in a gallery where the works of legendary fine artist Makabo Helen Sibidi is displayed, an art love affair from Mzansi's top social media personalities.
Very excited seeing the art, seeing the beautiful things, seeing the beautiful setup, beautiful people, beautiful scents, if I can put it like that, you know. So I am very happy to be here.
I'm a fragrance collector, so when Skin sent me the invite, I said, say less. And what really brings me here is not just to smell the fragrance, but to meet the founders behind most of my favorite fragrances. For example, one of my favorite fragrances has to be hibiscus. And I got to meet the founder today. We had a beautiful conversation. We follow each other on social media, and I'm French speaking, so we had like a synergy because they're speaking French. Beautiful moment.
Beautiful moments of connection can stay etched in your mind forever, can even inspire you to create a legacy brand. Former model and now American fragrance creator, Chris Collins took a leap from that feeling.
I used to model for Ralph Lauren for a very long time, but fragrance was always my true passion. My dad used to wear like incredible scents when I was a kid, and then when I discovered fragrance again, my calling was right in front of me. I was like, it was in front of me the whole time, but I didn't know it. And then when I decided to launch my brand, I was a little skeptical because I never saw anyone that looked like me in perfume, to be honest. But my mentors and everyone encouraged me and said, Chris, just, you know, be honest with your stories, be creative with your perfume. And I have 14 incredible stories, 14 incredible fragrances, and it's working.
Makes you wonder, what is your buying force? Can we smell the story behind the scent, or is it personal?
For me, fragrance means expressing yourself without even saying much. You, depending on the day, depending on the mood, depending on the season, it's just another form of my personality.
Whenever I pop up, the first thing people tell me, before they even say you look good, it's the scent, you know. So I believe scent tells a lot about you. It changes energy. It changes. If you are sad, you're gonna say, I smell good, and then you just feeling, you start to start feeling happy in a way.
So I'm a visual buyer. I get attracted to what I see. The first thing I look at a fragrance before purchasing, even before smelling it, is the packaging and the bottle. Once that gets my attention, then I get to smell it. And most of the time, I'm also not picky, so I'm not like, I like sweet scents, I like tobacco scents. No, I just play with it. I believe scents, I was telling the guy upstairs, it's an art. It depends on the mood of the day, how you feel when you wake up, how you want to feel when you wake up, because it's also a confidence booster.
Perfume making is an art. I've been in many laboratories, I've met so many perfumers, and there's not so many people on the globe who are able, and they have a memorization of thousands of perfumes in their head. They can write formulas how to make a perfume and how will it smell with you. And this art, sometimes it's copied, which is really a shame. Because I really wish that perfume formulas could be seen as a piece of art with their own copyrights.
Chris here had a taste of South Africa's magic that inspired him to create his top-selling scent.
It actually all comes full circle because I was here like 30 years ago on a photo shoot in Cape Town, and I first discovered the rooibos tea. Come full circle, I have an incredible rooibos fragrance that I use from that experience that is my #1 bestseller around the world. It's called African rooibos. Most people use green tea and black teas. I wanted to use a rooibos tea from Africa, and it is delicious, it's amazing. And my partner Skins invited me to come down, and I said, I have to take this opportunity to go down and show my fragrances, but more importantly, to show the African rooibos fragrance, because they need to know that I'm representing South Africa through my fragrance.
Mzansi, you did it again. Our beloved rooibos is putting us on the map, creating beautiful scented memories across the globe. Kudos to you, Chris. Great choice.
Hello, I'm Chris Collins, and you're watching Trendz Live.
There's somebody that said smelling good is a form of good manners, and I have absolutely no reason to not agree with that. Unfortunately, that's all we have for you this evening, but fear not, we're back again next week Friday. Same time, same place, exclusive to SABC News Channel 404. Kamala Mumneti, but you can call me Mne. From myself and the rest of the team, from our hearts to yours. Au revoir, bye-bye.